But there's a third. We might call it the mutual back-scratching model. It's very, very common in the world of polytheism, that is, in religions where there are many, many gods. Because these gods are all finite. They all have personalities, and many of them have their quirks and their weaknesses and their own evils and eccentricities and sins. They have their own needs. So the way such pagan religion works is you go to the temple of the particular god in question, and you give the god the kind of thing that god wants. You scratch their back. And then maybe that god will give you what you want. So you want to make a nice, safe sea voyage in the first century in the Mediterranean world? You go to the temple of Neptune, the god of the sea. You offer the appropriate sacrifices, and you hope and pray, therefore, that the god of the sea will keep the sea calm and you have a safe trip. You have to give a major speech to your stockholders? Well, fair enough. Then you go to the god of communication. Hermes in the Greek world. Mercury in the Latin world. You offer the appropriate sacrifices. You scratch the god's back. The god scratches your back. So it's a kind of tit-for-tat arrangement. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. That's the relationship between the gods and us, do you see? And you live in a certain kind of fear that you haven't paid enough or scratched appropriately, or maybe the god in question is particularly bad-tempered. Now, it has to be acknowledged that there are some people who think of themselves as Christians who think that their relationship with God is of this you scratch my back, I scratch your back kind of thing. Provided you're good enough, you'll get married happily. Provided you have your devotions every day, you'll live a long life and won't get cancer until you're at least 96. Provided you're honest at work, you won't lose your job the way others will, who really deserve to lose them a lot more than you do. Provided I always say my prayers, my kids will never rebel. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. The problem with this model, of course, is that it presupposes that the God of the Bible has needs. And therefore, you really can offer him something that he needs and wants. That's why it's a barter system. That's why it's a you scratch my back, I scratch your back sort of system. That's why the system works, in theory, in polytheism. The gods are all finite and they do have needs. But supposing you deal with a God who's got no needs, what are you going to offer him?